Welcome to the second episode of Rontro, Class of Retro.
Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Rontro, and welcome to another episode. Man, I just want to start off by saying I am absolutely terrible at this game. So terrible, in fact, I had to go online to download a save file just so I had some footage of more than just the first couple tracks. Cold Borders 3 was developed by Idle Minds and was published by 989 Studios on September 30th, 1998 in North America on the PlayStation. It was also released in Europe in November 1998, Japan November 26, 1998, and then re-released in North America September 3rd, 2009 on the PlayStation Network. I'm not a huge fan of the game. Back in them days, you had at least one of two titles. You had a Tony Hawk and you had a Cold Borders. You may have had one, you may have both. I was more the Tony Hawk player. The graphics were alright. The music I'm not a big fan of. But it's still fun. Frustrating, because I'm terrible at it, but fun. One thing I did like about the game is it had plenty of characters to choose from. So it gave a bit of a variety and replayability for the game. Me, I couldn't really choose a favorite character. I didn't really spend that much time with the game. Now, Cold Borders 3 had no actual real-life snowboarders on it. That wasn't until Cold Borders 4. People like Shaun White, which is the only snowboarder I know. I know absolutely nothing about snowboarding. Another thing I want to talk about is the controls. I think what makes the game somewhat difficult is the fact that the controls are very stiff. I think with some practice, some people may get better at this game. Me, however, I don't think practice is going to help me. The game had 6 levels to choose from, one of them being Everest. Like, who'd actually snowboard down that? That's just crazy. And then one that's called Avalanche. Wait a minute, did you actually just say avalanche? No, not that avalanche. No, like literally racing down the mountain, running away from an avalanche. That mode was kind of fun. Extremely frustrating, still terrible at it, but it was fun actually running from an avalanche. This game also had a wide selection of snowboards, all from actual companies that make snowboards. You could check the stats by pressing the circle button. This added a whole new level of replayability to the game. There was also 6 events that you could choose from. Now, do I think this game aged well? Absolutely not. There's been much better snowboard games come out since, especially the SSX series, which I happen to enjoy quite a bit. So that about wraps it up. I really didn't find a whole lot of information about the game. Maybe you guys would like to share your experiences with the game and maybe some memories you had from playing the game. You can do that in the comments section. And this has been Rontro. I'll see you next time on Rontro, the Class of Retro.